Can an elite group of powerful players control the world, or do they really control the masses through their covert actions? Secret societies have existed around us for centuries. Rumors about their activities have been spreading for as long. Here are the top 10 most mysterious and powerful organizations. One of them poses an unprecedented danger to the world. The Hellfire Club. Founded in the 18th century, the Hellfire Club boasted the most famous socialites in England among its members. At first glance, it was just one elite social club. Behind the closed doors of the Hellfire Club, pagan rituals and sacrifices and orgies took place. The most famous member of the club was Benjamin Franklin, a prominent scientist and a major figure in the struggle for American independence. Evidence of the existence of a completely different Benjamin Franklin was found recently, under his house in London. On February 11, 1998, workers who were restoring the house made a terrible discovery. They found a human femur. Further excavations resulted in the bodies of 4 adults and 6 children. A forensic examination showed that all the remains dated from the time when Franklin owned the house. The bones showed signs of deliberate dismemberment, and holes had been drilled into one of the skulls. These are the victims of a secret society. According to rumors, the cult leader Aleister Crowley managed to skillfully preserve the Hellfire lifestyle in the 20th century. Majestic 12. The Majestic 12 is an organization so secretive that no person or government has ever possessed records that would confirm its existence. It has its origins in a secret order signed by American President Harry Truman. In it, he is said to have authorized the creation of a carefully selected group of America's top scientists. Majestic 12 took debris from downed UFOs and modernized them for use on Earth. The result was an unprecedented era of technological progress. In 1961, Kennedy took the presidency. Some are convinced Eisenhower warned the president about the mystery of Majestic 12 and the threatening growth of its influence. Kennedy is said to have sent several top-secret memos to CIA Director Allen Dulles asking him to disclose any information relating to extraterrestrial life. But Dulles also refused to cooperate. In 1963, Kennedy allegedly approached Soviet Premier Nikita Khrushchev to unite against the Majestic 12, which was growing in strength. And just 10 days after this agreement was reached, John F. Kennedy was assassinated. Knights of the Golden Ring. The Knights of the Golden Ring is a legendary group of Confederate Army officers who, after their defeat, vowed to ensure that the South of America would rise again. April 6, 1865. The American Civil War was coming to a bloody end. The Confederacy was in full retreat, and the southern capital of Richmond, Virginia, could fall at any moment. General Robert E. Lee sends President Jefferson Davis an urgent message of evacuation. It is said that the Knights of the Golden Ring were handed a train with gold bullion, the fate of which is still unknown. By the time Davis was captured, the gold had already miraculously disappeared. Many experts believe that the fortune was handed over to the Knights of the Golden Ring, who buried it and patiently waited for the day when they would rise again against the North. Rumor has it that Lincoln's assassin John Booth and the famous outlaw Jesse James were among its members. Until the gold is found, the existence and fate of the Knights of the Golden Ring will remain a mystery. Opus Dei. This Catholic organization, founded in 1928, claims that ordinary life is the path to bliss, given by God. But in practice, Opus Dei is far from ordinary. It practiced a strange, cruel ritual known as mortification of the flesh. During this ritual, members of the society would violently beat themselves to demonstrate bloody atonement for their sins. June 18, 1982. Blackfriars Bridge, London. Roberto Calvi, known as the Lord's Banker, is found dead, hanging from the base of the bridge. Calvi was the head of one of the largest banks in Italy, which had close ties to the Vatican and the Opus Dei organization. His death was called a suicide. But just 2 months later, Calvi's bank collapsed, owing more than $1 billion. Could it be that members of Opus Dei drove the bank into bankruptcy to demonstrate their power to anyone who might stand in their way? Or was it really a society that was quietly expanding its power and was willing to do anything to achieve its goals? Bohemian Club. This club has its origins in San Francisco. In 1892, it was created as a secret artistic association that held a festival in Bohemian Grove every summer. A few decades later, the guest list was expanded to include American presidents, CEOs, and Ivy League executives. It was then that the festival began to be called the Hidden Summit of the West. According to rumors, extremely strange rituals were held under serious security. One of them was the cremation of love ceremony, which was performed in front of a 12-meter-high carved owl figure. During the ritual, people in hoods sailed boats to the foot of the owl, spectators held torches, and ominous music blared from speakers. At the end of the ceremony, the effigy was placed on the altar and set on fire. The true meaning of this strange and slightly creepy ritual remains unknown. Skull and Bones. The infamous fraternity of Yale University. Skull and Bones was founded in 1832. Its members have always been the richest and most powerful people in America, from bankers and millionaires, congressmen and senators, to presidents such as George W. Bush and his son George H.W. Bush. Meetings of the Brotherhood are held in the tomb, a crypt-like room with a massive pentagram rumored to be carved into one of its stone walls. According to the New York Times, inside the tomb, members of the Skull and Bones may keep the real bones of the famous Apache warrior Geronimo. The Brotherhood is also rumored to possess the skull of Pancho Villa, a famous Mexican general who fought and lost the war against the United States. This strange environment had the greatest impact on Henry Stimson, the Secretary of War under Presidents Roosevelt and Truman. Stimson looked at the United States through the prism of the bloody years of World War II. He was in fact the architect of the Manhattan Project, which created the world's first atomic bombs, later dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The Bilderberg Club. This incredibly influential society of politicians, financiers and industrialists meets annually at the five-star Bilderberg Hotel in the Netherlands. Its members have included King Juan Carlos of Spain, U.S. Secretary of State Henry Kissinger, British Prime Minister Tony Blair, and German Chancellor Angela Merkel. The first meeting of the club took place in May 1954. Its goal was clear: to extend the political and economic influence of America and Europe around the world. The Bilderberg Group assures that it works only for the benefit of the entire planet. But if there is no reason to fear it, why do its members continue to meet behind tightly closed doors? Conspiracy theorists are convinced that with the help of organizations such as NATO, the World Trade Organization, and the International Monetary Fund, the Bilderberg Group is doing everything possible to change the world order so that all political and economic power is in the hands of the West. The Templars. Many experts believe that the Templars recovered the Ark in Jerusalem and took it to Europe. Others believe that they found the Holy Grail. The elite warriors of this knightly order, founded in the Middle Ages, stood in defense of Christian pilgrims traveling to Jerusalem. During the Crusades, they killed thousands of innocent Muslims. As a result, they opposed the Vatican authorities, who accused them of heresy. Papal troops hunted down and killed the Templars in the early 14th century. Today, their descendants are part of the Order of the Garter, which is led by none other than Prince Charles, heir to the British throne. Freemasons. Freemasons have their roots in the Masons' Guild, which existed in the Middle Ages. By the 1700s, Freemasons already had a powerful influence on the governments of Europe and America. The famous painting of George Washington wearing a Masonic garment illustrates the influence of the Masons during the American Revolution. It is believed that of the 39 people who signed the American Constitution, 13 were Masons. 14 American presidents were also members of this society, including Theodore Roosevelt, Harry Truman, and Gerald Ford. Experts have discovered many hidden structures in Washington, D.C., that confirm the influence of Freemasonry on the founding fathers of modern democracy. There are allegedly many senior Freemasons among the members of NASA. Some experts believe that the names, landing sites, and designs of the Apollo program are echoes of Masonic rituals and symbols. Conspiracy theorists claim that even the world-famous astronaut Buzz Aldrin took a Masonic flag with him during the first moon landing. With so many of their own people in the most influential positions in the world, is there anything that can stop the Masons from joining forces to gain power over the planet? The Illuminati. The most dangerous secret society of all time. This is a group whose scheme of world domination is incomparable. In 1774, the Illuminati Society was founded by the German philosopher Adam Weishaupt, who called for a free society with equal rights. But all this was just a smokescreen. In reality, this dark society aimed to destroy all governments and religions. And it was planned to achieve this by forcing the masses to divide into opposing political, social, and economic camps, similar to those that divide the world today. Subsequently, the Illuminati would provoke clashes between these groups, which would weaken them. The Illuminati used the divide and conquer method to ignite the French Revolution. As soon as the enemy camps lose strength, the Illuminati will intervene and quietly seize power. No one knows how the Illuminati Society was disbanded, but traces of their influence can be seen in countless conflicts over the past 200 years. Many believe that their last target was the United States of America. The seeds of discontent were sown to cause a terrible social and economic collapse. The $1 bill depicts occult symbols associated with the Illuminati. The inscription, translated from Latin, reads, "Our business's success, the New World Order." Today, the all-seeing eye is considered a symbol of the domination of the many by the will of the few. That's all for now. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel and like this video. See you in the next videos.